we are here with Jack Brown this afternoon for this week's Meet the Player. Jack, how are we? Training go well last night. Training was in Dundee, but training go well for you?
Yeah, it was very good. Trained Dundee 8:30 till 10:30 on the Astro at the Regional Performance Centre, so enjoyed it. Missing a few of the Glasgow boys. I think the weather was not great, but boys can make it. It was a good session, so.
Absolutely. Speaking to me about your player upbringing, an Inverness lad, are you?
Yeah, Inverness, born and bred. I think I joined Inverness when I would have been about 6, 7, and I was there up until I was 19, just as COVID came, so I was there a while.
Speaking about Caley, some good memories. What was the biggest memories for yourself?
Um, I have a few good memories there. I grew up with a lot of good pals there, met a lot of good people. I had a lot of good coaches, but biggest memory I had there was towards the end. Being on the bench, Scottish Cup semi-final, or making my debut, maybe in the championship. They're two ones that stick out to me.
Jack, I'm not good at stats. Who was that semi-final against?
It was against Hearts, 2018, 2019. I think we lost 3-0.
Yeah, because Hearts reached the Scottish Cup final, going to be with Celtic.
Yeah, it was. We lost 2-0. We didn't get on. I didn't get on, but I was on the bench. Some of my best pals on a day like that. I think it must have been 17. So really good memory.
Some good teammates you played with as well. Did you play like Sir Daniel Mackay and was there Roddy McGregor?
Yeah. My best pals growing up, Roddy, Cammy Harper, Dan Mackay. They've gone on to do really well for themselves. Still playing at a really good level. It's really good to see. I've seen they got to a Scottish Cup final the other night. So even growing up, you can tell they've played at a really good standard, and they would have gone on to do good things.
After Caley, was it got wrenching for yourself that you had to go leave the club?
Yeah, it was a really big blow at the time. Didn't really know what to do myself. Probably the same as loads of others during that time of COVID as it first came about. Uh, I was trying to look for trials and things like that, but I ended up just getting a job and then going to play for Rothes, which I don't regret now.
Did you have full-time offers before office?
It wasn't full-time offers. I was training with like Cove and teams like that,
Okay,
but it was no full-time. I was actually struggling to get a trial at the time, to be honest.
right, okay. Was that because it was COVID?
COVID was a big part, yeah. I think it was the same as everyone, speaking to loads of boys my age at the time.
Yeah.
Uh, Everyone kind of struggled during that period.
So on to office and good times for your office.
Yeah, I knew Ross Jack because he worked at Inverness throughout my time there. He worked as a youth coach, so it was quite an easy decision to go there. He's promised me I get playing football at a men's level, and I went there and kind of really kicked on.
Was Ross Jack coaching at a certain age group for yourself when he was at Cali?
He didn't coach me, no. He wasn't there when I was younger. I met him more towards when I was full time. And I knew that some of the younger boys he was coaching. I think it was 14s or 15s he was coaching. So I actually just ended up speaking to him in about the stadium at the time, and I think he actually I went on loan to him when I was at Inverness. I was actually on loan at Fort William. Got taken back, then sent on loan to Rothes for him. Him being at Inverness helping that, so I knew him anyway.
I remember that Fort William season actually, Jack, because a lot of the Cali guys went on loan to Fort William, and that didn't exactly go to plan, did it?
I didn't go to plan, but I could see what they're trying at the time. There's 8 of us who wanted to keep us together. It's just that when we went to Fort William, I don't think Fort William really wanted it just to be a Inverness team, so then we leave some boys out that should be playing. Uh, so in terms of that way, it didn't work out, but I can still see what Inverness were trying at the time.
Yeah. As for office, good times. You won a few cups as well.
Yeah, won the Highland League Cup during COVID against Bucky, last minute winner. Didn't play very well that day, but managed to win. I think when we had 10 men. Really good memories. And then the second was the North Scotland Cup against Barora. So we finished I think third or second maybe in the league and won 2 cups during my time. So can't really complain. Really enjoyed it. Really enjoyed the people I was playing with, the position I was playing, and who I was playing for. So it was good.
That was the thing about Ross Jack Office sides. They maybe had a bit of adversity in terms of getting players sent off in that Bucky game, but they had enough character to see themselves over the line.
Yeah, I can't really remember the game to be honest. It seems quite long ago now, but I do remember thinking when we got sent off that we still had a chance. Playing against a really good Bucky team, but the team that I was in at the time, you kind of still knew we had a chance with the experience and the mix of experience and youth at the time.
That's the thing with Office. They're a front foot thinking team, and you see that with guys like yourself, and they're still, even though Office don't have the biggest budgets in the Highland League, they're still a side that are competing at the top end.
Yeah, I think while Ross Jack's there, I think it's going to be like that. To be honest, he attracts good players. His training's good. It's a good location. They train in Inverness, so they're always going to attract people. And it's just a good club all around. To be honest, people around it in the background and everything. So I think they'll always kind of be challenging up near the top end.
So after Office, it was Peterhead after Balmoor.
Yeah. That season, half season at Rothes, last season, I done really well. I was kind of playing somewhere I hadn't played really before, and I managed to really kick on and attract interest from Peterhead in the January.
Yeah. How did the approach from Peterhead come about? Did you speak to Jim prior to signing?
Yeah, I think Jim McInally came to watch me against Lossiemouth in December.
Okay.
It was actually a game I wasn't going to start him because I think me and Ali Stark, plays for Bunkstein, turned up late. We drove through from Aberdeen. I think we hit some traffic or something. So I actually wasn't going to start. We just made it, and he came to watch me and said he seen what he liked. So contacted me in January, see if I wanted to come. So
Well, Jim McInally and subsequently David Robertson were happy that the traffic did uh, correct itself.
yeah, it was a panic that day. I was more worried about the fine at the time, to be honest. But glad I made it in time.
So you trained with Peterhead a few times in January and then eventually signed. Was it January transfer deadline day or was it?
Yeah, it was a plan to actually sign the start of January, but I got a really bad dose of the COVID,
Yeah,
maybe the start of January, and I didn't want to come, knowing how I was feeling. I was bedbound for 2, 3 weeks, so I spoke to Jim McInally and said, "Can I maybe wait to feel a bit better, get a few more games with Rothes?" So I'm coming into the Peterhead team, raring to go, which worked out well for me because I think my last Rothes game managed to score, and then I was buzzing coming to Peterhead end of January.
you made a big impact at Peterhead straight away because you scored a few goals. And this season, even though we've been struggling, you've scored against Edinburgh in a 1-1 draw.
Yeah, the team I came into last year, some really good players. Cy Ferry was coaching. It was just really good. I was really excited to join, and I could see as soon as I joined, could see as soon as I joined why I was so excited to. It's the standard of player, standard of training, everything was top notch.
Yeah, and this season there's been transition. How have you dealt with that transition from Jim to Davy?
Um, it's been a difficult season all round, to be honest. I think if you ask anyone, even the older boys, they've been a lot around a lot longer, but I think a few of them will say the same. That's probably been one of the most difficult seasons they've had in terms of transition with players, managers, and that's reflected on the pitch. So it's not been easy, but it's something we just need to get on with and work hard and look forward to the next.
How positive are you for moving forward? Or you seen positive signs?
Uh, Always positive. Like I say, we just need to focus on trying our best to stay up this year. It's going to be difficult, but it's something that we all believe we can do. Um, I haven't really thought about next year, to be honest. It's just looking, like I say, to try to stay up this year and focus on each game as we can. I think
Yeah.
there's what nine games left, and the most we can do is just stay focused on this season.
And you'll be keen to play your part because Peterhead fans are wanting you to play, and obviously you're a big part of Davies' plans moving forward.
Yeah, it's been difficult for me since manager came in. Maybe been playing up front or on the wing, somewhere I've not really played. Uh, I managed to play my probably more natural position against Clyde, which we won 1-0. Felt really comfortable that day and I played well. I think that's why the manager maybe wants me to be in his plans in the future. Maybe I showed him something that day. But like I say, I'll be ready each time the manager calls on me for the games going forward. Um, but like I say, it's just focusing on each game as it comes.
You're a young player, Jack, so you'll have that enthusiasm whenever the call comes.
Yeah, sometimes I feel a bit older than I am, I think. Working 5 days a week and then playing football at night. It's a lot. It's a lot to take in sometimes. But sometimes I do think like I'm still 21, still have a lot of time. I'm learning from good boys in the team, older heads, Ryan Strachan, Jordan, Jason. Uh, they're all a bit older than me, so boys like me and McKeever and Shanks, young Aberdeen boys, are still learning from boys like these.
That's the thing as well, Jack. You're from Inverness, but you stay in Aberdeen. Am I correct?
Yeah, staying Port lesson.
And what's your job through the week?
So I work in the meat industry,
Uh,
for a company called Keepak. My role's a management trainee. Study business, and I'm looking to go more down the supply chain route. So, studying, playing football, working. It's busy, but it's the way you like it.